The TrekWorks YouTube channel is sponsored by Tenna Controls, makers of lighting kits, soundboards, and more. Tenna Controls brings your models to life. And by HDA Model Works, suppliers of scale model lighting products, detail parts, and complete model kits. Visit HDAModelWorks.com today. Hello there again, everybody. Boyd here with you. Well, as you can see in the shot here, we got our third model kit in of our Alien Trilogy build series here. This is the Alien Space Jockey from Halcyon Models, and it's a really rare kit. It's getting really hard to find now. I happened to spot this on eBay a couple of weeks ago, and so I snatched it up really quick. These are getting super hard to find, and they're kind of expensive, so if you're looking for one, guys, you can expect to pay a lot more than what they cost when they were originally released. This kit was released back in 1992, so, and it came from Hong Kong, so it took a little while to get here, but I was happy when I got it. It was all complete, and I've already done some work to it. I didn't shoot much video or take very many pictures or anything because it was a really simple build. There was like less than 6 parts or so, maybe 8 parts in the total kit, but the fun was all in the painting of it. So here you go, guys. We're going to show you what it looks like so far. I've been using screen caps that I took from the film to try to replicate how this guy looked. And as I said, the fun was in the painting of this. You can see it has a lot of detail. The alien crewman there was sort of fossilized, and he was actually starting to sort of melt right into the chair, which is, you know, all made out of metal and everything. So he's got his giant telescope here and everything. And so I just had a lot of fun mixing all this color and doing a bunch of different techniques working on it. I used a combination of airbrush, dry brushing, and some washes to get this look that I wanted. I'll get you in really close here before I get too blurry, but you can see the wash and everything brought all the details out. And then with some dry brushing and everything, we brought in all these different shades, and I used a lot of metal effects. I want to show you that I used this Tamiya a lot of glare on that. Tamiya weathering master kit, which is the metallic set. It basically has titanium, light gunmetal, and copper, and that's pretty much what I used on all this stuff you see like down here and up on the telescope. I also used a little bit of the rust powder that I have here, and then you know, wet brushed over the top of that so it didn't look like raw rust, you know, like too powdery looking. I just brought it down right into the metal to look like it's more of a light oxidization on there and not really, you know, heavy rust corrosion. And so that's how we basically did all that. I went all around that base. All these kind of silver colors that you see in here were done with this stuff. But I'm really happy with it. Now, it comes with these miniature crew figures you can see here. They're in 2 pieces. You have the upper and lower halves. You have Dallas, Kane, and Lambert from the team that went and, you know, left the Nostromo and went to check out the alien derelict ship, and they're supposed to be mounted on this base in various locations. Well, they're sort of semi-hollow, so I decided I'm going to light these. I'm going to light the little, you know, searchlight on the top of the helmet, just like I did on the Kane figure we did. And I ordered some really small 0605, I think they're 0604 SMDs from Jerry at HDA Model Works. That's where I get all of my lighting supplies from. I'll put that link up here on the screen for you. But when I checked, I had a sample one of those that he had sent me a while back, and when I checked the scale of it, it was just about spot on to be put on top of their helmet here. So I drilled through these guys. They're all ready to go. I should have my SMDs from Jerry here maybe tomorrow or the next day, and I'll start working on that. I can't assemble them or paint them or anything until I get all that wiring put together and all that done and the light mounted and everything. But when I get this all done, I'll show you how it looks on here. I'm probably just going to use a simple 9-volt battery, underneath of this, a rechargeable one, with a switch, because that little 9-volt battery will run those 3 small SMDs for a long time. I'm not going to do sound or anything on this one. I'm going to do sound on the Cane and on the Nostromo. So this one's just going to be kind of a simple little display, but it's going to look really awesome. Here you can see I cut that hole out and just made it kind of jagged. Then I took some putty and I shaped the edges of the metal to make it look like that melted effect. In the movie, that's where Kane discovers the entrance to the alien egg, area down there below. He says, check this out, and they go look, and then of course they lower him down that hole. You can see that it's one of the aliens that obviously melted through that with his acid, at some point. So I decided to add that. Well, I'll probably have the Kane figure standing here looking at that, and the other 2 figures kind of over in here somewhere checking out the space jockey like they did in the movie. But let's get you a really nice close look at this. I'm really happy with that. First time I ever used those Tamiya weathering products, and wow, they were just fantastic. I really like them. I'm going to be using those a lot in the future. They're almost like women's makeup rouge, as far as the texture of it and everything. It's a real fine powder, but it's not like it's not dry. It goes on there sort of wet. It doesn't powder and get all over everything, so you can really control how you apply it. It's got a really nice little, I might as well show you this here if I can get this open with one hand. It's got a really nice little, oh boy, this is going to be tough, guys. There we go, got it open. It's got this, tool really similar to what you see in a women's makeup kit, but you've got sort of a sponge type applicator on one side and a brush on the other, so you can kind of play around with, like the texture you want, if you want it to look one way or another way. And I just kind of did some testing on some other stuff and got the hang of it, and really, really like it. Like I said, you can just see it just makes everything jump right out, and it looks like totally realistic metal. So that'll be cool for military models and all kinds of stuff. But I'll show you the other side of this. But it's really nice, and I've wanted this kit, like I said, for a long time. So I saw it pop up on eBay. I hardly ever see it available at all anymore, so I pay a little bit more than I wanted to for it, but I'm glad I got it, and that'll complete my little alien collection. So pretty cool, guys. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed seeing that. Again, apologies for not really doing the whole little build thing like we normally do. I just got into it so much and just started going on it, and before I knew it, I had it built, and then I just went to town painting it. I just got into a zone and had a lot of fun with it. What I'm going to do is we're going to come back and show you kind of a combination of all 3 of these done in one video. We've got this one where we'll add the crew figures. I've got the lighting kit in from Ralph for the effects on our Kane figure to do the egg effect, the animation in the egg we talked about, and to make his some of his lights on his spacesuit blink. And then we've also got the board in for the Nostromo for our fading lights and our sound effects and all that. So I'll show you all 3 of those models all finished probably sometime this week. I'm just waiting on a name plaque and a backdrop for the Nostromo from Jerry, and I've got to pick up a little wooden base for the Kane figure, and we've got everything to mount in there. But you'll definitely see it this week, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this, something a little bit different again. Not always Star Trek here, but I've just always been a huge fan of the Alien series, and especially the original movie. I know Aliens is a great movie too, but I've always been a big fan of the original. But anyway, that's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions about this, about how I did anything, just drop a note in the comment section on the video, and we'll be happy to answer it for you. So there it is, the Alien Space Jockey. More to come on him with the lighting of the little crew figures, and that'll make this really pop. So we'll see you next time, everybody. Until then, happy modeling, guys.